Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we'll be looking at the rear suspension, the rear shocks on this CT110, dismantling the shock to try and figure out why the suspension is not working smoothly, why it's sticking. We know what the usual reason for that is, but let's just find out. So here we've got the shock, and if we put a straight edge alongside, you can do this when it's on the bike just as a quick check. You can tell by looking there that the shock is bent, and that will cause the shock to stick during part of the suspension travel. Let's remove this spring and have a look. And I've made this spring compressor, which the ducks find fascinating for some reason. Hope you can see that. So I just made it out of scrap that I had lying around. And also I use this is the top of a bearing puller. I'll try and do it with my hands out of the way, not having much luck. I've put a bolt through the bottom, doesn't really need it. And what I did, I made it with rods going down into these couplers, simply because I didn't want a lot of thread sticking up this way. I wanted to be able to screw it down easily using a socket, using a ratchet. So let's wind it down and see how we go. So, got a lot of assistants watching me here at the moment, all the Muscovies. So we wind it down, compress the spring until we can access the nut just underneath the top there. And I shouldn't need to tell you, be careful with springs when you compress them. There's a lot of energy stored in there or held in there, and if the clamp slips and your finger's in there, you can lose your finger. So there we go. Screw off the top mount. Take off the nut and unwind the compressor. I don't know if you can buy spring compressors for this job. Me personally, I like to make things myself. I get a bit of a kick out of it, making something out of nothing. And the top nut then, and the top nut there, I forget the size. I didn't have the correct metric size, so what I did, I had a an AF spanner that I bought from the tip shop for $1 or something like that. There we go. Well, the spring looks okay. There's no brakes in it. And we've got the bump stop. And let's have a look. As you can see, see the bend in that? So if you've got a workshop press, that would be handy. It's not very strong, it doesn't take much to bend that back, and really though, these shocks are not much use. This is just for a temporary fix. Probably best to buy a new pair. Well, here we have the second shock. You can see how bent that is. So I'll straighten that out and put it back together. Well, that's as straight as I can get it. There is some wear on there, as you can see, where the spring's been rubbing. The shock absorber moves in and out. But these will need replacing in the not too distant future. Let's put it back together. See how we go. Shoulder on it, unlike the earlier models, so that can go any way. Screw that on. You can put a bar through there or something if you wish. I just thought this would be easier. I hope this is all in focus. And you can see what I'm doing. It's annoying when you do something and then when you look at the footage It's unusable. You have to do it all over again. If you get value out of these videos, click the subscribe button, it's free. It's really just a bookmark. That way you can check out any upcoming future content that you may be interested in. I'm happy with the spring compressor. It works pretty good. And there we have it, much better. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon in the next one.